way from the start, I can feel it in my heart, like all the way from the start.
Hey, what's going on out there? I'm Sean Devine, and today we're doing a new tutorial. Hope you all are well. This one is dealing with EQ. Had some requests from the compression video. I did a video called Learn Compression in 12 Minutes. You can check that out if you're interested. But I wanted to do the same kind of thing, just a quick run through of how to EQ something very quickly and efficiently to prepare it for further processing, and also do post EQ. So I'm going to talk about preliminary EQ as well as post EQ and how I'm using them in my mixing process, and again, how this is going to help you get a nice tone for your hip hop vocals. So I'm going to go ahead and play back what I have here. This is Cicely. She's a very talented female hip hop artist. Make sure and go check her out. This is on her album, which is called Problems. It's on iTunes, Google Play, all that. So if you're interested, make sure to check it out. But I'm going to put the compressor up here just so that if you're curious, you can look and see the settings that I have on her. But again, no EQ done right now. We'll just take a look at the analyzer while it goes through, and then we'll start EQing.
See, I be buzzing off the top like a handstand. Fall to this Grand Canyon. Nothing was handed to me, not planting these seeds. Watching them turn to trees and leave like every season. 99 problems with 21 reasons. Make some noise, people I can't avoid. Are you annoyed? We'll check the canvas. No time to panic. Looking forward, I can't escape while my body's getting blasted with shells. Robbie sipping on a cup of crushed grapes. Rocking a baked jacket, noise in the racket. Swinging, I catch it. Going down on my hatchet. These walls are padded. Drawn to the wrong things like a magnet, feeling stagnant. I'm Inspector Gadget, taste what's on my palate. Bad habits, got issues with attachment.
So that gives you a good idea of what we're dealing with in the recording itself. As you can hear, this was definitely recorded properly. And when you have a recording that is very neutral, meaning if you watch this EQ or the equalizer, or the analyzer, as we went through it, you can see that nothing really jumps out at you too much. There's not like really big peaks in some of the sibilant areas up here between 2K and 6K. So things that we would really have to doctor and fix on a much more intense level, it's not there, which is great. And you really want to start with that so that your EQ job is much easier going into that process. So anyways, let's go ahead and talk about how we're going to EQ this vocal. I do my EQ in two stages or phases. The first one being kind of a preliminary EQ. So as you can see, I have a bus for Cicely's verse, and the first insert on that bus is the EQ. And this is where we're going to do preliminary EQ. So we're going to be treating any frequencies that we don't want to be compressing or processing otherwise. Any information in the vocal recording that is just not necessary. Obviously, we want to go ahead and get rid of that first thing so that we're not pushing the compressor too hard and we're not bringing those things up with EQ later that's going to be presented in the mix. It's just always a good idea to go ahead and get rid of that stuff first. So as we look at the EQ here, let's first see what is happening in the low frequencies. With vocals, as I've talked about, you usually want to get rid of things below 120, 110, somewhere in there. You're really not going to need in a vocal because it's going to interfere with your instrumental. So let's just look and see what's going on there.
See, I be buzzing off the top like a handstand. Fall to this Grand Canyon. Nothing was handed to me, not planting these seeds. Watching them turn to trees and leave like every season. 99 problems with 21.
So it looks like there's very little going on down there, but you can see a couple of, just quiet spots in there that are happening below, 200, 170. Somewhere in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and we will go ahead and click up here in our low roll off. And we're just going to put it at, let's just say 114 should be good. And we want to make sure that this is steep in our decibel roll off. We're just going to get rid of that stuff.
Buzzing off the top like a handstand. Fall to this Grand Canyon. Nothing was handed to me, not planting these seeds. Watching them turn to trees and leave like every season. 99.
Now, a lot of times, I'm not seeing this happening too much in this recording, but a lot of booth recordings can have kind of a boxy sound to them. You'll get some buildup between, say, 250 to 500 that can give it just a really kind of boxy, sometimes even a resonant sound that's not pleasant. So I'll usually just roll off a little bit of that. Again, it's not that noticeable in this recording specifically, so I'm not that concerned about it, but just a general practice, a lot of times you will want to roll some of that information off.
See, I be buzzing off the top like a handstand. Fall to this Grand Canyon. Nothing was handed to me, not planting these seeds. Watching them turn to trees and leave like every season. 99 problems with
Do have a little reverb on it right now, but
see, I be buzzing off the top like a handstand. Fall to this Grand Canyon. Nothing was handed to me, not planting these seeds. Watching them turn.
that sounds pretty good in terms of preliminary EQ. Again, I don't hear a ton of really problematic issues in the recording, so we're not having to do quite as much in this process. So let's go ahead and move on. I have this plugin in here. This was in the actual mix, and I'm going to include it and show you what it's doing as well, because it is acting as sort of an EQ. It's the analog channel from McDSP, and I based it off of this preset Retro Tape 2. And what it's doing down here is, you can look, we've just got a steep roll off again, which, you know, we're just getting rid of anything that might still be there after the pre-EQ. And then we've got a pretty heavy bump here in the low frequency, like at 100. This is just going to add a little bit of warmth, and then you'll look and you'll see this curve, and it's going down at that area, that problem area we were talking about, you know, 200 to 800, somewhere in there, which is what I wanted to, again, just smooth out. And then up here, we have a really steep roll off up here, you know, above 10K or so. And this is just, again, just removing some of that sheen that is maybe a little harsh. It just tends to smooth things out quite a bit. So I really like this analog channel plugin. But let me play it back with and without that for you.
Cause as these cars pass by, they keep on honking. It's common, it's problems. I stop in the shots like Rodman. I've been top rhyming, my noodles halfway cooked, and this industry is halfway crooks. No books, just evil looks with a lack of common sense. And every cent that I spent went to help towards a mission to see others come to God for.
So it's really subtle. It's just doing a little bit of gain reduction and just kind of smoothing things out a little bit. Nothing major there, but I did want to show it in the video since it was used in the final mix. So now let's go ahead and move on to what I call the post EQ, or the EQ that we're going to be doing after compression. Specifically for this track, I wanted the vocal to not be conflicting with the beatbox instrumental. I wanted it to be a little bit brighter and sit on top of those frequencies that were happening in the beat itself. So for this, I actually used the Waves Puig Tech. I think it was the MEQ. So we'll go ahead, or no, excuse me, it was the EQ P1A. So I'm going to go ahead and open that. This is a great EQ to use for female vocals. I find that this high frequency at around 12K is really just, it's a nice smooth brightness that you can add to it. So we're going to use that. And let me just go ahead and we'll play back. And I'm going to be boosting again at 12K.
See, I be buzzing off the top like a handstand. Fall to this Grand Canyon. Nothing was handed to me, not planting these seeds. Watching them turn to trees and leave like every season. 99 problems with 21 reasons. Make some noise, people I can't avoid. Are you annoyed? We'll check the canvas.
So it's very bright, a little bit sibilant right now, but I'm going to show you again the next step in our EQ, which is de-essing. But I want to get the tone where I want it to be. Don't necessarily worry about the sibilance just yet. But we'll put it right there around 6 on the boost, and then we'll use this attenuation knob just to kind of soften that up a little bit, maybe around 1 or so.
See, I be buzzing off the top like a handstand. Fall to this Grand Canyon. Nothing was handed to me, not planting these seeds. Watching them turn to trees and leave like every season.
So the next step in my chain for EQ is a De-Esser. Some of you may be saying, well, that's not EQ, but it is a form of EQ. It's kind of like an active EQ. So I'm going to go ahead and open up our Waves De-Esser. And if you want to get some quick settings to dial in and edit, these are really good presets in here. So I'm just going to select the female S, and I may adjust the frequency a little bit, but we'll just adjust the threshold to taste so that we can smooth out those harsh sibilant frequencies here.
See, I be buzzing off the top like a handstand. Fall to this Grand Canyon. Nothing was handed to me, not planting these seeds. Watching them.
So you just want to watch the attenuation meter and see when it starts to do gain reduction. And again, we don't want to overdo it because it will muffle your vocal very quickly. Watch this.
See, I be buzzing off the top like a handstand. Fall to this Grand Canyon.
So then it sounds like, you know, you're singing through your hand. So you don't want to do too much.
See, I be buzzing off the top like a magnet, feeling stagnant. I'm Inspector Gadget, taste what's on my palate. Bad habits, got issues with attachment. I don't feel balanced, don't bank on my talents. Cause as these cars pass by, they keep on honking. It's common, it's problems. I'm stopping, it's shots like Rodman. I've been top ramen, my noodles halfway cooked.
Turn my reverb back on.
Cause as these cars pass by, they keep on honking. It's common, it's problems. I'm stopping, it's shots like Rodman. I've been top ramen, my noodles halfway cooked. And this industry is halfway crooks. No books, just evil looks with a lack of common sense in every cent that I.
So that sounded pretty good. Let me go ahead and just pull up all of our different plugins that we use for our EQing process here. And I will bypass them one by one just so you can hear what's happening with each of them and hear the dry versus the wet. So let's go ahead and just bypass these. And again, I will slowly turn them all on.
See, I be buzzing off the top like a handstand. Fall to this Grand Canyon. Nothing was handed to me, not planting these seeds. Watching them turn the trees and leave like every season. 99 problems with 21 reasons. Make some noise, people I can't avoid. Are you annoyed? Well, check the canvas. No time to panic. Looking forward, I can't escape while my body's getting blasted with shells. Robbie sipping on a cup of crushed grapes. Rocking a beige jacket, noise in the rap.
So it sounded pretty good. Let me turn off the EQ and the De-Esser so you can hear it dry again.
See, I be buzzing off the top like a handstand. Fall to this Grand Canyon. Nothing was handed to me, not planting these seeds. Watching them turn the trees and leave like every season. 99 problems with 21 reasons. Make some noise.
So it just puts our vocal much more up front, much more present. It's still very smooth. And again, it doesn't clash with our instrumental. It's just in the pocket. And our EQ can really help us enhance the vibe of the vocal, make it more interesting, and just make it blend better with the entire session. So I hope this helps. If you learn anything, please like and subscribe, and look forward to talking to you soon.